Psychology is bullshit, and in this video I'm going to be proving that to you that you doesn't need psychology, you just need the system. Let's get in. But before that, who am I? I am Yaseen Analyst. I traded live in front of every single person for 2 months, and these were the results. These results seems impossible until you learn whatever I know. And not only that, I just passed my $50,000 funded account in front of every single person and got a payout of that in front of every single person live. I even got emails live in front of every single person. Now, as you know, who am I? So I have the authority to teach you that what is Yaseen Analyst system. Let's get in. So trading psychology is bullshit, but not in the way that you think, because the real issue is not emotions. The real issue is structure, and there are only 2 types of traders. Now, what are these type of traders? The first trader is a kind of trader who already have an edge but still struggle with psychology. And the second trader have literally no edge in the market. He just get in the market, he feels that the market is gonna go bullish and he just trade it. This is the second trader. So basically the both are unprofitable. Both are struggling in the markets. And you know what? Both need same solution. The solution called Yaseen Analyst framework. So let's just look at the first trader. You literally have no edge. You are just guessing in the markets. You doesn't have any data. You have no consistency. Within 1 month, you made a lot of money. Within the next month, you lose all of them. The problem is the edge. Now let's get into the second trader. They have a trading structure. They have a trading strategy like you. But you still revenge trade, you still overtrade, you still exit early, you still hold your losses and cut your winners. And this is not a strategy problem, this is a framework problem. And I'm just watching out all the influencers talking about you need to control yourself, you need to control yourself. But these are the things which cannot be controlled without any framework. So now basically what is the fix? Everything I use is built around removing the decisions. It is not by improving your mindset, and it is just by removing your decisions. Here is the framework. First of all, you just need fixed time window, okay? You don't need to trade all the day. You trade one defined window, one defined session. For example, institutional gap model. I only trade from 9:30 to 11 o'clock. If nothing happens between this time window, I'm not going to be trading. I'm going to be closing my charts. My one-on-one mentorship students are going to be closing their charts and they are going to be walking away. Now the second fix is going to be fixed setup only. You only trade one thing, one model. You're not going to be trading multiple strategies. You're not going to be mixing up all and everything. You're not going to be changing the time frames and thinking that this is what 4 hour is going to be doing, this is what 1 hour is going to be doing. You should have fixed criteria, fixed setup, that if this happens, I'm going to be trading. This is the most important part of that. It should be a pattern in the market. If we look at the institutional gap model, it is a pattern in the market which repeats every single day, same thing every day. So it should be a fixed setup, fixed pattern in the market that repeats every single day. Now the third fix is going to be fixed risk to reward ratio. You are not going to be chasing daily highs, daily lows. You're not going to be emotionally scaling up. You're not going to be extending your targets, and you will define everything before your trade. And what is that? It is going to be fixed risk to reward ratio. It can be 1:2, it can be 1:3. If we look at the institutional gap model, it is 1:2. You define everything before you enter into a trade. It is going to be stop loss, it's going to be take profit, it's going to be risk per trade, it is going to be your risk to reward ratio, because you know exactly what you are doing every single day in the markets. Now let's suppose you got the fixed risk to reward ratio. Now the next step that you are going to be doing is that limited time frames. Too many traders lose clarity because they stuck into the time frames. If you're going to be trading a pattern based strategy which is going to be repeating every single day in a specific time frame, if we look at the 9:30 surge model, 9:30 surge model is only on 15 minutes. If you look at the institutional gap model, it is only in 5 minutes. So these are the kind of patterns time-based patterns that you're going to be getting in the markets. If you look at the 4 hour, 4 hour is going to say we are bullish. If you look at the 1 hour, 1 hour is going to say we are bullish, bearish. 5 minute is going to say something else. I don't trade like that. This is going to be confusing you. This is going to be confusing you. If you are scalping, this is going to be confusing you. This is all stuff for like swing traders and the traders who hold trades for days and even for like 7 to 8 hours a day. So this is something that these kind of traders should look for. For you, you should just look for one time frame. As I look for it, like for institutional gap model, I just look at 5 minute time frame. My one-on-one mentorship student just look at the 5 minute time frame. 930 surge model, it is only based on 15 minute time frame. We are not looking at 1 hour, we are not looking at 4 hour, we are not looking at daily. That's all we are doing. I want you to just imagine that you got the first fix, you got the second fix, you got the third fix, you got the fourth fix. But does this structure really eliminate these behaviors? Let's see. Now let's connect the structure with the psychology, okay? If you revenge trade, okay, the revenge trading disappears here because you only get one fixed number of setup in a day. If you look at the institutional gap model, it is only one trade a day. You know exactly if I got one trade a day, after that I'm not going to be getting any trade based on institutional gap model. This is going to be disappearing, the revenge trading. You're going to be having fixed setup frequency. If you miss the trade, it is gone, man. You're not going to be chasing that after that because you know exactly that it is only one setup a day. The next opportunity is going to be tomorrow. Now let's get into the overtrading. For example, if you overtrade, the overtrading disappears because there is no valid trade outside your model. The chart addiction will automatically end up over there, okay? You're not going to be getting up and watching the charts all the day. Like if you look at that, overtrading happens because whenever you open the charts, you get a trade opportunity. The charts, the candle, each and everything is designed in the way that no matter whatever you do, you're going to be getting a trade in the market. It is going to be a buy sell always. So we are eliminating the overtrading because we have fixed setup, okay? We have fixed time window. If we have no valid setup at that time window, no trade. If you look at that, another addiction is chart addiction. The chart addiction disappears because there is no reason to stay on the charts outside the window because you know exactly you are going to be getting your setup between this time window. So why are you going to be opening your charts? Why are you going to be checking your charts? Because you know you're not going to be getting your setup. So the chart addiction disappears here. Now let's say that you are exiting early. You get into a trade and you exit it early, and that then the market goes in your direction and you got 1:10 and 1:5, but you just closed at 1:1. And sometime market get in your direction and you are holding the trade and market just reverses and get you stop out. Now for this fix, we have fixed risk to reward ratio. Fixed risk to reward ratio. This is going to be removing your emotional attachment with that. You are just going to be going with fixed risk to reward ratio. It is going to be 1:2, 1:1. It is going to be 1:3. Depends on your strategy. As I see it for institutional gap model, it is 1:2. So we fixed this psychological pattern, this psychological pattern, this psychological pattern, and this psychological pattern. And we are going to be using this by building the trading data. The data will kill your emotions. Now, how is going to be that happening? The data will be eliminating your emotions. If you track your win rate, losing streak, drawdown, trade expectancy, each and everything, you will never get emotional. You will never get emotional. Let me prove that. For example, if you get afraid and you're not getting entered into a trade because you are afraid that you will lose the trade. Now let's talk about that. It comes from uncertainty. Now, from where the fear comes, like it is coming from uncertainty. Now, where uncertainty is coming on, it is coming from the fear of confidence. Now, I want you just imagine that you know your system, you know your average win rate, you know your average losing trade, you know your average drawdown, you know your trade expectancy. So why are you going to be getting afraid? If you know exactly all of your statistical data, that okay, within 10 trades, I'm going to be losing these trades. within 40 trades, I'm going to be losing this number of trades. You know exactly your statistical data, you know exactly all and everything. Then after that, it is going to be eliminating your fear. So even if you get a losing streak, you will never get afraid because you know exactly that has happened before and it will happen again. I will just execute my trades, that's all. Now, another way to eliminate your fear and build confidence is just watch all your trades 500 times plus. If you look at our phase 4 in the one-on-one mentorship, I'm just making my one-on-one mentorship students watch the institutional gap model at least 300 and 400 times by backtesting it. If you watch out the same setup 500 times, entry becomes automatic, okay? There will be no hesitation, there will be no emotional delays because the repetitive pattern in your mind will remove these delays, okay? This will remove the uncertainty that you are having, and uncertainty is the root of the fear, and we are going to be removing that. You are going to be achieving that by just taking a look at 400 trades, 500 trades. That's what my one-on-one mentorship students are doing. They are eliminating the fear, confidence, all and everything because they have watched the setup 400 to 500 times in the backtesting phase. So this is how you're going to be eliminating your fear. Now let's get into other stuffs. Now let's suppose that we remove the fear, but what about the greed? How are we going to be removing the greeds, eliminating the greeds? Greed is not a personality trait, okay, in trading. It is a system flaw. Now let's talk about the traders who closed early, then they regret, then like they hold to trade long, okay, and then they lose the same gains that they were having. This cycles repeat every single day, and the solution is simple. Just have a fixed risk to reward ratio. If you have a fixed risk to reward ratio, you will never ever get greedy. Why? Because you know exactly that this is how much I'm going to be getting out from the market today if I enter into a trade. So the greed got eliminated, the fear got eliminated, all of the psychological factor got eliminated. Now let's go to the next section. So basically, if you look at that, every single person is having like all of these problems. And what is an average trader actually like experiencing in his first years is that he get into the market, every single person says that you need to fix your psychology, fix that, get control. And they are just trapped in this phase. And they have no confidence in their trades. They get panic when they trade, they revenge trade, they exit early, they let the winners, like they are cutting the winners, and when they let the winners run, the market reverses back. So they are just trapped in this phases. They have the chart at and they are always on the chart. They always say that I was working hard in my first years, this is why I got at that point, and my chart watch time was like 24 hours a day, and this is how I got profitable. But this is all fake. Chart addiction is going to be eliminating, and you even have like stop loss manipulation. You are getting manipulated by stop loss. You are over leveraging your trades after like losing trades and winning trades because you doesn't have any statistical data, and you're even reducing your lot sizes after you're losing trades. And if you have statistical data, this is not going to be happening. You enter randomly. Why are you entering randomly after losing trades? Because you doesn't know your fixed entry setup, a pattern based setup that is going to be repeating every single day. And you are just over analyzing the charts. You are just looking at all the time frames, and you're scalping over there. For scalping, you can even scalp at 1 minute time frame. So these are not your personality issues, okay? These are just your framework issues, and this is what my one-on-one mentorship students know, and they are getting these results because this system is working. Now, how are you going to be fixing that, and how you are going to be starting over again? By forgetting every single thing that in this trading industry all of these gurus have just brainwashed you. Now let's get in, and how my one-on-one mentorship students get there, what are the phases that they followed. I'm going to be going up step by step with all of the phases. Let's get in. But before that, let me show you their results, that am I saying is that actually working or not. This is my one-on mentorship student testimonial section, and if you look at that, this is Aksha, and she's just killing it every single day. This is Ehtisham, this is his economic calendar. If you look at that, he is consistently getting trades, and if you look at the trades, these are only one trade a day, one trade a day, one trade a day. Why? Because the setup is forcing him to just take one trade a day. Now, if you look at this, he just joined our one-on mentorship, and within just 3 months, he got his first payout. And this is what consistently all of the one-on mentorship students are doing. If you look at that, this is Axash, he just passed our funded account. This is Amnash, he got our payout. And if you look at that, this is what they are doing every single day. So if we look at that, this is the system which is proven. This is the system which is proven. And why is that proven? These are the results. If you look at that, this proves that this system is proven. And still, let's get to my trade reviews that I traded live. These are my live trade reviews. Monday we got TP, Tuesday we got TP, Wednesday we got no trading day. On Thursday we got TP, and then this is how we ended the session with 100% win rate. This is how we were trading every single day from past 2 months. If you just scroll up and up, you will get all of these recordings. So this means that this system is proven, this system is profitable. So you just need to follow it. I'm just dropping free value for you guys. This is what nobody is going to teach you. I'm dropping it for you guys. Now these are the phases that they were following. Now what is different in these phases? Phase 1. In the phase 1, I just reset their mindset about the trading, about all the stuff that they are following from years. If you look at that, I just told you all of this, the psychology is bullshit. You just need to follow your statistical data, and you just need to have a framework that support your statistical data. On phase 1, we just reset their mindset. Then after that, on phase 2, we just teach them that how we are going to be using these rules in institutional gap model. In phase 3, I just teach them institutional gap model. So if you are doing this without mentorship, you can just go through this first video, and then after that, you just follow all of these rules into the phase 2, like apply it with your own model. Then just create a model like institutional gap model, and just backtest it. Watch it out for at least 400 and 500 trades so that you can know that it is working. If you can see every single thing every single day with one time frame, one pattern, you will just adopt it. Okay, after tracking data, you will have some issues in execution, okay, because backtesting is going to make you better, but it will still have some flaws. After that, we will just make you follow your rules for the next 30 days. You are not going to be breaking any single rule for the next 30 days. And if you break one of this rule on day 29, you are going to be back to day 1. Now, when you are going to be back to day 1, you are going to be starting that out again. This is going to be fixing your execution, okay? Now you got your execution fixed, and after that we just teach them about the funded account, how we trade funded account, how to actually pass the funded account. It's not like every single person is trading it. Passing funded account, getting payout from funded account, and an evaluation in funded stage, these are different risk managements, okay? So we just teach them about that, and then they start trading the funded accounts. So when they complete all of this in the one-on mentorship, they complete the mentorship. And after that video, you will never have to think about the psychology. You will never have to worry about the psychology. And you will never have the issue that psychology is my problem. Psychology is not the issue. The broken system is your issue. And the system that I shared with you guys is $1 million system. Just adopt that system. This will fix your psychology, and you will start going on. You can also join my one-on-one mentorship. How are you just going to be joining my one-on-one mentorship? Just get to the Discord and click on the get access, and just take a look at this. You're going to be getting a one-on-one mentorship private chat where they are just trading the same model every single day. And these are all the details. Just follow these details and join the one-on-one mentorship. And the mentorship isn't like so expensive. It's not expensive. You can just watch out all the details and you can join. These are all the details. This was our class on the one-on-one mentorship students. Like, I am just doing that every single day with them, but today I just shared that with you guys for free. So I hope you appreciate that. I'm going to be sharing more knowledge like that every single week with you guys. So see you the next week.